As we continue to talk about the different domains that we work on at the Vine Preschool, the second domain that we work on is the approach to learning. How are children approaching the learning process? And part of the way that they learn is through creativity, inventiveness, and curiosity. So, for example, my daughter is playing and pretending, and she has a castle and a house and cars, and it is exciting to see their approach to the learning process. So the approaches to learning process, it involves persistence, initiative and creativity, and curiosity, inventiveness, and reasoning and problem solving skills. So in every way that children learn, it's not always what they learn, but sometimes how they learn. So we want to make sure that the environment that they are learning from is conducive to the learning process. Not every child is going to learn the same way. Not every child is going to take in the information that you are presenting the same way. And so it's important that when we present information to children, that we present it in different ways. That when babies are learning different skills, that we don't give them the skills the same way every time. So they may be learning puzzles or a shape sorter, and they may be trying to put the shape sorter into a box. But if they are constantly trying to fit it in a puzzle piece, then that's their approach to learning. That's their persistence, which you want. Obviously, you're not going to have every single thing be smooth and easy for them, because then how do they problem solve? How do they turn shapes around? How do they figure things out? You notice children will, especially toddlers, they don't just put objects in a bucket. They put objects in a bucket and then they dump it out. That's cause and effect. They will do that over and over. So you want them to have those experiences. You want them to explore. That's why, you know, children love banging pots and pans. And I'm talking about like mostly like in the toddler stage. You want them to engage in their environment. How are they learning? How are they being creative? How are they being inventive? There's a video that I posted about a week ago where the children were pretending to be in a hair salon. They literally went through the entire process, hair salon, nail salon, but that was their creativity. They used different objects to represent a real object, and that's what you want. And you want to just allow that kind of learning to flow. You want that learning to help them problem solve, help them engage with one another. That was their social emotional skills. That was their persistence, their approaches to learning. That was their reasoning and problem solving. And it also envelops a process of other domains that you can touch on. One of the ways that our staff is able to engage with our parents and let the parents know what their children are doing is through our Hi Mama app. Our software, it's a parent engagement software, and it allows our staff to let the parents know what their children are doing and how it fits into these various domains. So we want you to know that everything they're doing is valuable. Every moment of every day, they are learning valuable information. And as I mentioned before in the segment about social emotional skills, sometimes it's not what we're teaching. A lot of what they're learning are from each other, and we are just narrators or, you know, interventionists in the learning process. And that's the way you want them to learn. Obviously, even direct teaching is fantastic, but it has its place. So we want to make sure that we give them what they need, but make sure that the environment is rich and conducive to learning. And that will bring me to my next example through the 8 domains.